I had always loved Secret Santa at work every year. It was fun, harmless, and something everyone looked forward to. That changed in 2015 at the time. I didn't know who was buying my gift. That was the whole point. We only revealed our Secret Santas the next day. After opening the gifts at home, I'd been assigned to buy from Margaret, an elderly coworker who loved bath bombs and cozy self-care items, making her an easy and pleasant choice. As a woman in my mid-20s, I assumed I'd be just as easy to shop for. My gift felt like a framed picture. I could feel glass through the wrapping, which was poorly done and marked with a fragile sticker. I carefully took it home, but life distracted me. That evening, I broke up with a Tinder date who had become obsessive after a glass of wine to calm my nerves. I finally remembered the gift. When I opened it, my stomach dropped. The photo showed a nearly naked couple on a beach. The woman wore a neon micro-bikini, barely covering anything. My face had been badly photoshopped onto her body. The skin tones didn't match. My dark hair clashed with her blonde locks, and parts of her original hair were still visible. Worse, the man's face had been replaced with Crispin, the new guy at work, known for making everyone uncomfortable. At first, I hoped it was a cruel prank. That hope died when I noticed a Sharpie signature in the corner. His name. I felt sick. I left the photo on my desk, knowing the truth would come out the next day. The next day during lunch, we gathered to reveal our Secret Santas. I prayed I was wrong. I wasn't. Crispin smiled proudly when it was revealed. He bought my gift. He asked sincerely if I liked it. I froze, reporting him to HR. Felt terrifying. He outranked me and was friends with the boss. Embarrassment and fear won. I lied and said it was sweet. When it came time to show gifts, I claimed I'd forgotten mine at home. That night, I dismantled the frame. It was expensive and reusable. But the photo itself disgusted me. I searched for a message or confession on the back. Nothing. I tore the image apart, shredding it completely, and threw it away in the outdoor trash. I didn't photograph it. I didn't save proof. That decision would haunt me. Days later, I was alone in the break room, making coffee when I felt someone's breath on my cheek. Crispin spun me around, gripping my arm painfully. His face was red with rage. He demanded to know why I'd thrown his gift away. My heart raced. How could he possibly know? When I asked, he calmly admitted he'd been checking my garbage. Anger finally overtook fear. I shoved him away and told him the truth. The gift was inappropriate, disturbing, and unwanted. He claimed I was sexualizing it, insisting it was innocent. That's when he snapped completely without warning. Crispin grabbed me and tried to force my face toward the stovetop. Still hot from boiling water, he screamed about ruining my beauty. I screamed for help. The door was locked from the inside. Moments later, Greg, our department manager, burst through the door, smashing it open with a fire extinguisher. He tackled Crispin, slamming him into a cupboard and knocking him unconscious. I collapsed, shaking. Later, Greg explained that he'd heard enough through the door to know something terrible was happening. Worse, Crispin had bragged to male coworkers that his Secret Santa gift would make a female colleague fall into his bed. Crispin was fired immediately. I pressed charges. Security footage without sound confirmed the assault. He received a suspended sentence, but his career and reputation were destroyed. I felt no sympathy. I still work there. I was eventually promoted into Greg's old role. We still do Secret Santa, but new employees are warned about the guy who took it too far. Some lessons deserve to be remembered. A few days before Christmas Eve, I was home alone while my boyfriend was away for work. The house was cozy, decorated, and quiet until I heard footsteps on a roof. At first, I dismissed it. Old houses make noise, maybe squirrels. Later, the footsteps returned, pacing, running, circling. I went outside but couldn't see anything. That's when the running intensified. Eventually, I saw him, a filthy man in a torn Santa suit, thin and twitchy, pointing at me and screaming that I was on a naughty list. I called the police while maintaining eye contact. He ran laps across rooftops, leaping between houses like a deranged parkour athlete. 30 minutes later, I saw him arrested. A police officer explained he was a known drug addict who wanted to be Santa but had no gifts. He'd been dropping baggies of drugs down chimneys, They caught him after he knocked himself unconscious, running into one despite everything. I still had a good Christmas. My boyfriend didn't believe the story at first, then laughed harder than I'd ever seen. Looking back, these experiences taught me something important. Danger doesn't always look obvious at first. Sometimes it smiles jokes or wears a Santa suit. Christmas is about joy, but it's also about awareness. Trust your instincts, speak up. Keep evidence, and never ignore behavior that makes you uncomfortable. Because sometimes the real horror isn't a story. It's the person standing right next to you,